Hi, I'm Heather McLean, editor at SVG Europe, and I'm here today with Panasonic's Guilhem Krier, Head of New Business and Market Development EMEA. Hi, Guilhem.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, so first question for you. What are the latest industry trends that have or are influencing Panasonic's technology development and roadmap right now in the situation we're in?
Well, I would say that definitely streaming is among the biggest trends at the moment. And I would say that it was always an important topic, but now with the whole COVID-19 situation, its importance has grown even more dramatically. So streaming is really important, very, very big request and from the market. And thanks to, let's say, the growth of streaming platforms, of course, events can now reach bigger audiences with no immediate boundaries, of course, in terms of countries and time zone and so on. But of course, at the moment, it's very important as people cannot attend physically events. So we have to get these contents across to people. So definitely streaming is super important. And I would say that in addition to streaming the contents, of course, you have access to the video content to be watched afterwards at another time that is more convenient for the viewers as well. So many benefits regarding streaming. And also discussing with customers, we also witnessed, let's say, a big rise in expectation around the quality of the video and the streaming contents. And it means that, let's say, the production teams now are really looking at ways to broadcast the contents with higher quality, but also with flexibility and to be very cost effective, of course, because you have to get the contents across, but you still have to be very, let's say, money conscious. So Panasonic, of course, is aiming at providing the right tools to achieve that. Something that has, of course, very high picture quality and that is cost effective and easy to install into workflow. I would also say that on top of streaming, which is quite obvious, we also saw that AR and VR is also a key trend. And we are taking this also very seriously at the moment because it's also linked to streaming, because using AR and VR technologies for live events and thus for streaming as well, it has become, let's say, a more accessible way to enhance the video production and to be able to produce more attractive contents, something that is more engaging to audiences, and it's yeah, very, very, very important. So what I heard is that at the moment, the adoption of AR and VR technology in the broadcast industry is reaching up to 40% at the moment, and it's yeah, clearly something very, very important. So I would say that based on these trends, as we said, like streaming and AR and VR, Panasonic has been really busy on developing products that fit this kind of request. So not only high picture quality, as we mentioned, because this is today a given that we are providing high picture quality on the product, but to be able to develop, let's say, workflows and ecosystems around the cameras themselves is very important. So I would say that especially for our PTZs and studio cameras, we have been working a lot on this to, of course, to give good HD content and true UHD 4K 50p picture quality, but also with minimum latency, optimal zoom ranges, all these kind of things that are really requested at the moment. So bringing the value, more value to the customers by using workflows and not only providing, let's say, camera to produce only, let's say, pictures. All this has to be interconnected in some way. Something also that I can add is that we have been also supporting recently the new SRT protocol, which means secure, reliable transport. And it's also something that is requested a lot at the moment, because when talking about streaming, a lot of times security comes up as well. So a lot of people are using RTMP, of course, and our product are supporting these protocols. But now it seems that SRT, which has nothing to do with Panasonic, but it's also a trend that we see now on the market, and is a big request from customer, along with NDI as well. So we have been supporting now this protocol, so SRT and NDI, in our new products, starting with the UE100.
Great. Okay, cool. And what's the future for sports broadcasting? How has the COVID-19 pandemic changed the way things are done now? And how is it going to change the way things are done in the future as well?
Well, obviously we talked a lot about streaming, because it's currently needed more than ever to remotely deliver the contents to the audiences. And I think that in this respect, it can be seen as kind of a technical solution to overcome the current situation to some extent. But on top of that, it's also something that is here to stay. It's also bringing, let's say, a change in the viewing habits in the short term, but also in the long run as well. So I would say that the growth in demand for live stream content means that we have to get, let's say, closer to the audience, and at the same time doing that remotely. So once again, there's a lot of things to do on the production level. And the more we can provide high quality picture, low delay, multi-camera, good lighting, all that makes, let's say, all the things that makes a nice production going, all these factors will really contribute to the success of these live streams. So what we expect is that the more we go into flexible and cost-effective operation, and the adoption of remote production, and also automatized production with auto tracking, PTZs, all these kind of things, more and more events will be covered in the future. So streaming will also help to, let's say, to democratize and smaller scale events. And of course, there are tons of smaller scale sports events that are not covered at all in Europe. So this is hopefully, let's say, the start to change that. Once the way production is done, can help to lower the costs of the setups and coverage, and that economy-wise, it makes sense to cover these lower scale, let's say, budget events. So definitely, yeah, some big changes, and also some big opportunities, I think, can come out of this.
Okay, and last question for you. What technologies has Panasonic released this spring that are relevant to sports broadcasting? Can you give us a quick summary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we had what we call the virtual NAB a few weeks ago, obviously, because the show did not happen. And in a nutshell, we had three main announcements. The new PTZ called the UE100 that I touched upon, a new studio camera, and most importantly, a new video processing platform that we call Kairos. And I'm just going to give some details about the UE100 and the Kairos, because these include, again, really important features to bring more value to the customers. So I quickly touched upon the fact that the UE100, and of course Panasonic is well known for its range of compact PTZ cameras, is the first camera that offers supports high bandwidth NDI. So not only NDI HX from NewTek, but also high bandwidth NDI, which is a big request also at the moment in terms of workflows, to be able to move compressed streams very easily on the network. So it's a true 4K 50-60p camera with 12 SDI, with everything inside, and also this NDI and SRT support which are both very important features. And on top of that, because we talked about also, we talked about AR and VR as well, is that it supports as well the 3D protocol. So it means it's very easy to create, let's say to integrate the UE100 into AR and VR production setups. So we try to pack inside this UE100 all the requested features and the requested technologies that our customers are asking for at the moment. So very important product, and it's going to be available in August, so very soon. And regarding Kairos, just a quick word on this new, what we call video processing platform. We talked about Kairos already during some SVG events in the past few months, but now it's going to be released this summer. So again, very important product that covers, let's say, both broadcast switching and what we call presentation switching for events. And it's the first time for Panasonic to have a product that is based on COTS, means off-the-shelf IT components, so pure kind of server that utilizes CPU and GPU processing power to provide kind of a Photoshop for live video tool with unlimited MEs, fully scalable, fully flexible, and of course embracing baseband video, IP video. We can mix and match everything inside. Very, very powerful platform. And we have released some nice videos showing how it works. You can watch them on the Panasonic Broadcast a professional channel on YouTube. And yeah, I strongly suggest that people take a look at that, because it's at the moment there is no equivalence on the market.
Great. Okay, thank you very much for that update.